Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing us how to make a crop top with a bell hand sleeve. If this is something you're interested in, please keep watching. So the first thing we are going to do is fold our fabric into two, then take the neck width, which is about 3.5 inches, and then I'm going to go ahead to mark out the shoulder length, and the shoulder length I am using for this video is about 7 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the spot there, and then go ahead to impute my neck depth. The neck depth I'm working with for this video is 3 inches because I don't want it to be too deep, and it's going to be a round neck. So I'm just going to go ahead to connect that point down to the shoulder width. So that's from 3 inches upward to 3.5 inches. I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then the next thing you would see me do is to input my shoulder depth. That's my armhole depth, and I'm using about 7.5 inches. I'm going to go ahead and then put a mark there so that it can be really easy to input the measurement for this. Then I'm going to go down to input my breastpoint measurement, which is about 10 inches from the shoulder. I'm going to go ahead now and draw a line, and then input my length measurement, which is about 17 inches because it's going to be a crop top and I don't want it to be so long. So it's going to be 17 inches, and then I'm going to go ahead to mark that point also so that I can easily identify it. I'm then going to go ahead and just put about 1 inch under it just for the stitching allowance of this top. And then the next thing I would be doing after inputting this measurement is to go ahead now to draw a line connecting the shoulder point down to the point where I measured earlier for clarity. So I get to input this measurement easily and then knowing each point to place the measurement on. So guys, I'm going to take half the measurement of the armhole, which is about 3.5 inches. I'm going to put a mark there because I'll be making a curve from that point down towards the armhole to get the proper armhole curve. And then I'm going to come down from the shoulder measurement by 1 inches and then connecting it to the shoulder. This is like creating a slope for the shoulder so that it can sit properly on your body. So that's what I'm doing now. And the next step is to input the measurements for each of these category I measured earlier. The breastpoint, the length, and the shoulder. Just input all of the measurements you have for your top. So I'm going to go ahead and input my chest measurements on this point. And then after doing this, I'm going to go ahead to uh, connect this point after inputting my chest measurements, breastpoint measurements, and then waist point measurements, obviously. And then I'm going to also make sure that in each of these measurements I have 2 inches allowance for ease. Now this is not the zipper allowance because this top will not be having a zipper. So this 2 inches allowance is for ease so that you can freely pass this top from your head down to your body since it's going to be a free crop top with no zipper. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm going ahead to increase the extra measurements, and then when I am done with this, I'm going to just connect these lines and then cut it out for us to see what it looks like. So now I'm just going ahead to cut this out, and then you would see the shoulder slope that I mentioned earlier and see how it ended up coming out. So I'm going to cut this now with the slant to actually get the shoulder slope. So this is exactly what I am doing on this part of the video. So here, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to go ahead now to cut out the neck line that I mentioned earlier that is going to be a round neck, and you can see it already coming to life. So I'm just going to cut it out, and this is what our front piece actually looks like. I'm going to take out all the excess. underneath because I don't need the top to be like really long. So I'm taking out this excess from it. And yeah, this is what the front piece actually looks like. Yeah, you can see it looks like a top already, and then you have an idea of what we are trying to create. So I'm going to use the same front piece to actually cut out the back piece. I'm just going to get my fabric unfold and then place the front piece on it. Usually when you have your front piece drafted out, it is way easier to cut out the back piece. Remember, this dress will not be having a zipper at the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and place this on it and then more like trace it out. Trace out the same fabric. And here we have the back piece ready. The next thing we are doing now is to cut out our sleeve. So I'm just going to go ahead to draft like the regular basic sleeve. So that's just what I'm doing now. I'm sure most of us already know how to draft like the regular basic sleeve. And if we don't, I'll make a video for that. And then I'm going to make sure the width of this sleeve is nothing less than 12 inches because I need the base of the sleeve to be wide. Like I mentioned, it's going to be a ball sleeve. So I'm going to now connect that point down upward towards the curve I made earlier for the upper part of the sleeve. And then after this is done, I'm just going to go ahead now to just sharpen this line so that it's going to be easier for me to cut it out. And then I'm going to now go ahead to cut out this sleeve that I marked earlier. So I'm just going to draw a line straight on that, cut out straight on that line that I drew earlier. So this is what is going on here. So now we can see that it looks like our basic sleeve, right? The curve upwards. I'm going to make a notch just to indicate the midpoint of the sleeve so it can be easy for me to fit the sleeve on the dress. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to make that curve, that bell shape illusion that we have on the dress. So the next thing I will do now is to go up by about 1.5 inches. You can decide to go up by about 2.5 inches, but don't exceed 2.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead now to mark that point and then I will draw a curve from that 1.5 inches that I marked. I'll make a curve like a slant downward towards the end of the fabric. It slants from the 2.5 inches downward towards the end of the fabric. And after doing this, uh, this is what I have. This is the result I have after I went ahead to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead to smoothen the lines because it was looking a bit rough. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this now and bring the results for us to see. So guys, we can now see what it looks like after I went ahead to do all of the things I mentioned. So this is what it looks like when it's opened. So I'm just going to bring back the top. I had already used my lining to turn it. So I'm going to place the back face in front of this front piece and then join the shoulder and the sides together and then bring the results for us to see what it looks like after I went ahead to do this joining. After doing all of that, I went ahead to attach the sleeve on the dress and woo, this is what we have. Now this is the final look of this dress and you can see the sleeve is given. The sleeve is giving what it should give and then neat neckline. Oh my gosh, very neat neckline. Thank you so much for watching. Please take a peep look at the outcome, like look at the final look of this dress, so very demure. Thank you guys for watching. see you in my next tutorial. Bye.